ये एक ऐसा माध्यम था जिसमें हम दोनों को बहुत मजा आया बिकॉज आई लव सिचुएशनल कॉमेडी.
As actors, you're always crossing the line, but as husband and wife, there's a lot of comfort there.
दे विल थिंक कि अच्छा इसको एक्शन में ले लेते हैं, इसकी प्रेजेंस है, ये है वो है. दिस इज माय फर्स्ट वॉइस ओवर. तो पहली तो मैं कभी इस माध्यम पर उतरा ही नहीं. ये पहली दफा है जो मुझे ऐसा मौका मिला है, थैंक्स टू माय बिलवड वाइफ. इनके पास आया था ये शो और कोई और थे शायद एक्टर दे वर इन टॉक्स विद, लेकिन ये मेरी झोली में आ गिरा और आई वाज सो ग्रेटफुल फॉर दैट क्योंकि ये किरदार ही ऐसा है. इट्स अ ऑथर बैक पार्ट फॉर एनी एक्टर टू परफॉर्म एंड आई लव बीइंग राघवन राव थ्रू आउट द जर्नी. ये 12 एपिसोड का ऑडिबल सीरीज है. कुछ एपिसोड जिसके 18 मिनट के हैं, कुछ 20 के, कुछ 22 के, कुछ 17 के, और शुरुआत से लेके उसके एंड तक राघवन राव का ये सिर्फ एज अ कैरेक्टर भी नहीं है लेकिन इस शो के सूत्रधार भी हैं. सो नैरेटिव इनके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से है. जो वॉइस ओवर है, वॉइस ओवर भी मैं करता हूँ. while doing the voice over we go into the scene and whether it's visual or audio, this has been one of my most favorite and loved characters. I love Raghavan Rao.
And what is your
Well, I play Savi, and Rags and Savi are husband and wife. So it's very close to what we are as people in life. It's exactly who we are. But the one thing that we don't have in common are the circumstances they're going through. Of course, when it comes to lockdown, when it comes to COVID, when it comes to all these things, as couples or as people who live together or as husband and wife, we've all experienced it. But have we experienced what Rags and Savi are going through? I'd have to say I hope it never comes to anyone, because literally on the verge of the lockdown, or the day the lockdown is about to be implemented, and when the entire world has gone into a frenzy, Rags was about to pour his heart out to his wife that he's having an extramarital affair. But does he hold back? Does he not hold back? Does he live with the circumstances? What happens to them is something you'll find out in the show. But for us, I think it's the comfort that's actually very comforting and very discomforting. Sometimes you cross the line. As actors, you're always crossing the line. But as husband and wife, there's a lot of comfort there. So, there are advantages, and the advantages definitely outweigh the disadvantages. The overfamiliarity, of course, is one thing that can be looked at. When it comes to chemistry, it's definitely worked out. But on other probable kind of things that sometimes you don't realize what you end up saying because there's so much comfort between us. So that works against us. But having said that, I love spending time with him on set. He goes through his motions. He doesn't always enjoy it.
This is actually the first offer that has come our way, and we have spoken about whether we will be able to पहले अगर हम करना चाहेंगे या नहीं, ज़रूर करना चाहेंगे, लेकिन क्या होता है, काम में इन्वेस्टमेंट भी होती है ऑफ योर टाइम. सो आई फील दैट she's been in the industry for almost like more than 2 decades now, and उसमें क्या होता है कि जब you're already a formidable actor who positioned yourself in a certain way in the industry, the role has to match up to your time and effort. And ये एक ऐसा माध्यम था जिसमें हम दोनों को बहुत मजा आया बिकॉज आई लव सिचुएशनल कॉमेडी, आई लव ड्रामा. आई फील हिंदुस्तान में फैमिली में बहुत ड्रामा होता है, and this is a new way of telling a story, and I felt that this was something which was also very close to our spoken language, though it's in English and it's a very universal language, लेकिन इसका जो लेखित है, which is done the dialogue writing by Mayur Puri, it is very close to my tonality as to how I speak in real life. So इसमें he observed us for how it is, or maybe it is you can say God's will, but we have just fed off each other's energies, which is through voice. We had a very good director on set, brilliant lady, very creative, Simran Singh, who was very quick to understand that we both need to dub separately to give our best performance. And she took us through the journey. मेले में काफ़ी nervous था initially, क्योंकि क्या था, world आप create कर रहे हो, कोई visual medium नहीं है, आप सिर्फ आवाज़ सुन रहे हो को एक्टर की through the mic, and then you are performing. She helped me go through that journey very well. और मेरा बहुत काम था, like I was there for 20-24 days, dubbing every single day. मुझे हर एक एपिसोड डब करने में कम से कम 8 घंटे लगे. शुरुआत थोड़ी लंबी हुई, slowly we realized, eventually we started dubbing each episode in 4 to 4.5 hours, which was a big plus I took back, because she was also saying that and then मुझे इतनी आदत होगी राघवन राव की कि I used to miss the character. Even till it's released now, I am in touch with Simran almost every week. discussing the character कि कैसा लगा आपको, कैसे सुनाई दे रहा है, and she's very critical, just like my wife, like ये जो भी मैं काम करता हूँ, whether it is on cinema or on digital medium through shows and films, it's very important when I show it to my wife. Whether she likes it or not is a different thing, but as an actor you want a certain feedback, and she's very very choosy on how good or not so good you are, so I like that about her.
As a medium and as consumption, yes, maybe radio's audio, and then there's podcasting, and audio series are different, but it's completely different, because when you talk about, it's like comparing television and an OTT platform. It's consuming content at will, which is very different from consuming content because it's playing and it's timed for you. So that way it is different. And radio is different because there's ads, and this is an app. Audible is an app, so it's ad free as well once you're on the app, and you've applied for it. So those things make it make the process a little smoother. As a medium, I mean, I've dabbled in audio before, and I find it great because it's you and it's them. So it's in the ear. So whether you're going for a morning walk, or whether you have screen fatigue, or whether you're multitasking, as somebody who's doing multiple things, you can always have it. It's not like you have to sit down, put it on, wait for the house to shut down, that kind of a thing, to actually sit down and watch something. Is it content that's going to stay? For sure, people are always going to consume audio. Look at music. It's streamed more than anything. It's audio, right? So likewise, or audio books and podcasts. So, an audio series is definitely the way forward. And I'm hoping that somewhere, because social distancing is a comic drama, it's a world we've lived in, it's almost everyone's story, it's a dramedy. It's a perfect kind of setting if the audience consumes it well. Even, to have a long format video show, there's nothing holding the show back.
What happens is, when you work with maker like Shujit Sarkar, it just positions you differently. And then obviously there's Mr. Bachchan in the film, and though it was a women oriented subject, it was pitted against a lawyer versus a 24-year-old boy who spoke really badly, and it showed his upbringing. And I just felt that at some level I gained a lot from that film. After Pink, I signed Tiger Zinda Hai, I signed Inside Edge, and I signed Surma. These were my three very close to projects, and Tiger Zinda Hai, Ali Abbas Zafar backed me, and it was my biggest film that I ever did commercially. So I just feel that that's where my journey began. And Surma was a beautiful story of Sandeep Singh, the hockey player, and I got there was to be working with Diljit Dosanjh. What a dream come true. There was one brother's sacrifice which led to the other brother's glory, and I just loved that film. People saw me in a different light. Arvind Vashish, another character from Pink of Rajveer Singh, to Arvind Vashish, literally of a Ram kind of a figure that comes in Inside Edge. So I just feel that I've been able to do very different kind of work, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know, but nobody's been able to slot me yet. Usually when casting happens, people are thinking, अरे उसने ये काम किया तो उसको उसमें ले लो, ऐसे तो slot कर लो जी. But I've got a lot of positive work that came to me which I did, and I continue to do that, and I just feel that it's a challenge thrown at me every time. Now I'm working with R. Balki on 2 projects which are in romance, and I'm really looking forward to that too. So I just feel the more I keep on working, and there's a constant challenge. Like, I don't have a certain audience that is waiting to see my work right now. I have to keep on proving myself time and again, and I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And same here with social distancing. This is something which people will not expect out of me. There's a certain physicality I bring to the screen, but here I'm bringing my voice to the show, to the series. And when people think about Angad as me, I don't like to talk about myself in third person, but here I'll have to, unfortunately, because when people think of me, they will think कि अच्छा इसको action में ले लेते हैं, इसकी presence है, ये है वो है. But social distancing, written by Chetan Bhagat, Mayur Puri, and me opposite Neha. Again, it's a comedy drama. It's dramedy, and it's very everyday. It doesn't require a personality. It requires performance, and I'm so glad that I was chosen and picked to play Raghavan Rao. It's one of my best works. But I just feel it has to be time and place. I feel my father is a great story to tell for sure. He's he's one of his kind. Um, I, there's a certain process, there's a certain research that and development is required. I would love to produce something on him. I just have to get the right people together. Personally, for myself, I'm really enjoying my journey as an actor, and I'm going to forward that for many years to come. I don't think I have that ability right now, or in the future. I don't see myself wearing a producer's hat, but I think my wife has that amazing ability. I think you should.
I mean, I've done a couple of short films as a producer. I've also done 5 seasons of my own audio show as a producer. So all that is something that's been co-produced by me, and I have a production company called Big Girl Productions. We do, I mean, I did want to dabble in a little more work, but I think I got a little consumed with work that was coming my way and the children. And I was just having this chat with Angad, and I need to revive that. And children are not only consuming, but they're also kind of intoxicating. So, and I'm fine being in that, mental state for a little while. I'm very fascinated by the films, like you said, right? Like for me, it's about just, this is what I do. I don't know anything else. So I don't want to produce as a part of my plan B in life. I want to act as a plan A, and I want to produce as a plan A. So let's see where this goes.